Thanks for joining me again for the second episode of The Turn Up. It's me again, Raven. I hope you guys have been staying safe. You better stay safe. That's why we want to give you some more information. Today, Nick Mercer is going to be interviewing the co-director of the ATOD program, Dr. Donna Cox. And we're just going to give you some more information so you can stay mindful. Enjoy.
Hi everyone, my name is Nick Mercer and I'm back once again with the ATOD Center, and we're joined today with Dr. Donna Cox, the co-director of the ATOD Center. So hello Dr. Cox, thank you for joining us today.
Hi.
So what is your role here at Towson?
I serve a couple of roles. I'm a professor in the Department of Health Science and have been for about 20 years now, and I am the co-director of the ATOD Prevention Center, and I have been involved in the center since about 2005.
Are there any general misconceptions about drug or alcohol use on campus that you'd like to dispel?
Well, I think probably the most formidable misperception has to do with drinking behavior. Alcohol is most certainly a legal drug, and it's viewed as a rite of passage, particularly for students coming to colleges. But students tend to think that there's a lot more drinking going on than there actually is. The truth is that probably more than 80% of the students have reported drinking at some point in their life, but the actual percentage of students who drink with any frequency is smaller. Our problem, however, is not so much drinking alcohol, but it's the high-risk drinking that's often labeled as binge drinking that becomes a problem. And even there, many more students tend to think that everybody binge drinks. Everybody drinks 4 or more drinks when at any event, and that's not true. While about 55%, 56% of our student population do report binge drinking in the last 2 weeks, it's, the perception is for 75% that it's much more frequent than it actually is. So that's one of the problems. Perceptions often drive behavior. People think it's safe, it's okay, it's expected. Then, particularly for adolescents, and college students still are adolescents. So they are very much influenced by what they think their peers are doing.
Okay. How do you think this risky behavior that a lot of students will engage in, how do you think that can affect students after they leave college?
Well, given the patterns of drinking that college students some groups of college students do exhibit, they actually can meet criteria for what's referred to as alcohol dependence. Now, just because you exhibit behaviors associated with alcohol dependence doesn't mean that you're an alcoholic or that you've got a real problem that you're going to go down Alice's rabbit hole. But the reality is that students can meet criteria of dependence, and they can graduate and not show the same pattern of behavior. However, science shows that if they have exhibited those characteristics earlier in their life, they may resort to the same types of behaviors that got them there in that previous situation, and they're at greater risk of developing dependence later in life. The pattern of drinking usually is related to certain types of behaviors that are associated with coping or trying to relieve social anxiety and all other kinds of things, which are still the kinds of situations that are going to emerge probably in someone's professional career.
So what resources does the ATOD Center have to help with some of these issues?
Well, the ATOD Prevention Center with the Counseling Center and our co-director Allison Fry, the center is involved in a lot of active educational programs. So that's one way that the center provides resources. Another way is that the center has an office, but its face really becomes the webpage. And if they go to the webpage, they can get information about drug use, not just alcohol use, but marijuana use, Adderall use, whatever, from data reports that we have available on our center site. But we also have other kinds of resources like eCheckup to Go, which can be focused on alcohol use or marijuana use. And those are good self-diagnostic tools, but they get a report that gives them information about how their use might compare to Towson students in general, give them information about costs associated with drinking the way they did, the nutritional factors related to that, so things that might matter to them.
So what would you recommend to a student who did feel as though they had a drinking problem or a substance use problem?
Yeah, I think if a student did voice that to me, I would encourage them to come to the counseling center, because the counseling center is free to them. I mean, it's one of the services that we provide. It's a good resource.
We pay for our tuition.
You do, and the thing is there are good people here who understand college, the academic things that students are undergoing.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Dr. Cox. We really appreciate having your perspective and having you here.
Thank you very much for asking.